whispered in the shadows of the library hall, tracing escape routes on the painted wall. You said I can't stay here, I'm suffocating slow. Pack your bags, baby, get ready to go. We scraped together dollars from the jar by the bed, fueled by the promises of freedom in our head. Meet me at the station when the clock strikes 12. We'll leave the history books on the dusty shelf. I wrote a letter to my folks, don't worry about me, I'm gonna find the place where the spirit is free. Now I'm standing on the platform in the freezing mist, checking the cheap watch on my shaking wrist. The station is empty, just a ghost town scene, underneath the flickering of the neon green. I got 2 tickets burning in my coat pocket deep, while the rest of the city is fast asleep. Every pair of headlights makes my heart skip a beat, hoping it's you walking down the cobblestone street. The wind is howling secrets through the telegraph wire, but I'm keeping warm with the burning of desire. Then the ground begins to tremble and the rails begin to hum. The beast of the night is starting to come. A blinding beam of light cuts through the dark, hitting me squarely like a target in a mark. The brakes screech loud like a banshee's cry, sparks flying upward to the cloudy sky. The conductor steps down with a lantern in his hand, looking like a gatekeeper to the promised land. The steam is rising up, obscuring the view. I'm scanning every shadow, searching for you. Yeah! The clock tower bells chime a 1/4 past. My hope is fading fast, it isn't gonna last. The man with the lantern yells, all aboard, cutting the connection of the silver cord. I look at the entrance gate one final time, praying for a reason, praying for a sign. But the street is silent and the gate is closed. You got cold feet, I guess, heaven only knows. I step onto the metal stairs with lead in my shoes, accepting the heavy weight of the lonesome blues. The engine roars to life and the wheels start to turn, leaving the bridges that we intended to burn. I sit by the window in seat number 4, watching the town disappear from the door. I pull out your ticket, shiny and new, and tear it down the middle, ripping it in 2. I toss the confetti on the dirty floor. You were the dream, but you aren't anymore. The train is heading west into the great unknown, and I'm riding on the midnight all alone. It's a ticket for one on the midnight train, leaving behind the sorrow and the rain. I'm moving down the line, I'm picking up speed, going to the places where I feel the need. You missed the ride, you missed the chance, join me in the rhythm of the runaway dance. The whistle is blowing a sad goodbye song. I'm moving right and you went wrong. Use a wah-wah pedal to make it sound like a train whistle screaming. Hit your feel, little chilly but angry duration approx. I hope you're happy in your safe little cage, turning the I'm not coming back. Right on. Right on. The tank was full and the moon was high above. We were cruising on the highway, drunk on teenage love. I had one hand on the wheel and one hand on your knee, feeling like the captains of the land of the free. The radio was playing our favorite rock and roll, touching the very bottom of my restless soul. You were laughing at my jokes, wind in your hair, without a single worry and without a single care. We were heading to the coast to watch the waves crash in, unaware of the tragedy about to begin. Then the clouds rolled in and blocked out the light, and the rain began to blurry up the summer night. I made a stupid comment, I said something wrong, and suddenly the silence was loud and it was long. You turned away from me and looked out at the black. I should have kept my eyes upon the asphalt track, but I turned to look at you, to beg for a smile, taking my attention for a dangerous mile. I'm sorry baby, I said, reaching for your hand, losing my connection to the heavy command. Then a pair of blinding lights appeared out of the gray. A semi-truck was sliding in the wrong side of the way. I slammed upon the brakes and I spun the steering wheel. The tire started screaming like a banshee made of steel. Time began to slow down to a freeze frame crawl. I saw the terror in your eyes, I heard you start to call. The glass began to shatter and the metal started screaming. A nightmare waking up from the sweetest kind of dreaming. The world turned upside down in a violent pirouette, a dance of death and iron that I never will forget. I woke up in the wreckage, tasting blood and tasting dirt, checking all my fingers, checking where it hurt. The car was crushed like paper against a guardrail post. I looked over at the seat where I loved you the most. You were sitting very still, looking like you slept, except for the silence that the rainy window kept. I screamed your name out loud, baby, wake up please. I tried to move the metal that was pinning down my knees. The sirens got louder, painting red and painting blue, but the color left your face and I knew that we were through. It was midnight on the highway, the end of the line. I traded your tomorrow just to save a little time. The rain is washing over the shattered glass and bone, leaving me the survivor, leaving me alone. I was the one driving, I was the one to blame. Now every clap of thunder is whispering your name. God, why did you take her? Why didn't you take me? Drowning in the guilt of the midnight tragedy. The black limousine pulled away from the yard, leaving me standing with a reality so hard. I walked inside the house with a bundle in pink and stared at the dishes piled up in the sink. The house was so quiet, the silence was deep. I laid you down gently and watched you asleep. I looked at my hands, rough, calloused and worn, unsure how to hold something newly born. I whispered a prayer to the ceiling above. God, give me the strength to be double the love. She's gone to the ages, she's left us behind, and I'm walking this road completely blind. The years started flying, the seasons went round. I learned how to iron and stand on my ground. I burned all the toast and I shrank all the clothes. I wiped away tears and the runny nose. The hardest part came at the start of the day, when I tried to fix your hair in a feminine way. My fingers were clumsy, too big and too slow, trying to tie up a ribbon and bow. You screamed when I pulled it, I said I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best to end all the worry. I missed her the most in those moments of care, wishing she was the one braiding your hair. Then you turned 16 and the questions began, things I couldn't answer as a simple man. You asked me about her, asked who was she like, while we were riding on the tandem bike. You cried in your pillow when the other kids' moms came to the school for the concerts and proms. I stood in the back with a camcorder light, trying to fill up the void of the night. I felt like a failure, a substitute player, living on coffee and living on prayer. I saw the resentment of the senior high dance. You asked for the money to buy elegance. I waited downstairs in my old easy chair, hearing the footsteps descending the stair. When you turned the corner, I stopped in my track. The air in my lungs was taken aback. You looked just like her on the day that we met. A vision of beauty I'll never forget. I held back the tears and I handed the flower, overwhelmed by the ghost and the magical power. I said, you look beautiful, voice shaking with pain, seeing my wife in my daughter again. Today is the day that I give you away. The organ is playing, the skies are not gray. We stand at the doors of the chapel so wide, you and your wife shaking inside. We walk down the aisle, past the faces we know, walking in rhythm, steady and slow. But I stop at the front, at the very first pew, where a single white rose is waiting for you. We bow to the empty chair, silent and still, knowing she's watching from over the hill. I kiss you goodbye and I give you his hand. The best job I did in this lonely land. And I raised you with clumsy hands and a broken heart, trying to finish what she couldn't start. I stumbled and fell, I made my mistakes, I did what I could for both of our sakes. You're the best thing I did, you're the gold in the sand, a miracle raised by these clumsy hands. I remember the smell of the sweat and the rust in a basement gym full of shadows and dust. I was wrapping my hands with the tape and the gauze, fighting for nothing but a round of applause. We were living on water and cheap protein bars, counting the headlights of the passing cars. You sat on the bench while I worked on the speed, planting the garden with a desperate seed. I told you, baby, I'm gonna be the champ under the flickering light of the kerosene lamp. You believed in the myth of the iron fist, the only believer of my lonely list. You were the ice on the bruise and the cut when the world the punches, but you felt the pain. Two soldiers marching in the pouring rain. Contracts were signed and the money rolled in, and I lost the feeling of the original skin. I traded the basement for the penthouse suite and forgot the rhythm of the dusty street. I started to listen to the suits and the lies and stopped looking into your beautiful eyes. You told me you're changing, you're losing your way. I told you to leave if you didn't want to stay. I chose the glitter, I chose the gold, and watched as your love turned bitter and cold. Your bags while I was training for the belt, the hardest punch that I had ever felt. Now I'm standing in the ring under the stadium lights, the main event of the Saturday night. The champion is staring with a look of hate, ready to seal my terrible fate. It's the 12th round and I'm battered and blue, scanning the front row searching for you, but the seat is empty, just avoiding the crowd, while the chanting fans are screaming so loud. My God is stopping, my vision is blurred, waiting for a voice that cannot be heard. I throw a jab, but it hits the air, fighting a ghost who isn't even there. Then the leather connects with the side of my chin, and the room starts to spin like a bottle of gin. I hit the canvas with a heavy thud, tasting the copper of the sweat and the blood. The referee is counting 1, 2, 3, but the floor feels comfortable and peaceful to me. I could get up, I could fight for the crown, but without you, baby, I'm staying down. 8, 9, 10, and the bell rings out, ending the misery and ending the doubt. I lost the fight, but the truth is clear. I lost the title when I lost you, dear. There's blood on the canvas and tears in my eyes, paying the price for the ego and lies. I fought the world and I stood my ground, but I lost the love in the final round. The belt is shiny, but the heart is black. There is no victory and there is no track. I'm just a contender with a broken nose, watching the curtain on the story close. Found you walking in the autumn afternoon, underneath the shadow of the pale and rising moon. The light was dancing on your hair like threads of gold, a beauty that a sinner like me couldn't hold. I asked you if you'd sit for me to be my muse, a proposition that I prayed you wouldn't refuse. You shyly nodded yes and walked into my room, dispelling all the lonely and the heavy gloom. I set the easel up and stretched the canvas tight, prepared to capture every shadow and the light. I didn't know that I was a portrait of the love that brought me to my inside that dusty space, tracing every curve and every line upon your face. The smell of turpentine and oil filled the air, while I got lost inside the color of your stare. I mixed the crimson for the blushing of your cheek, and used the blue to paint the spirit mild and meek. We talked for hours while the paint began to dry, watching the snowflakes falling from the heavy sky. You were the masterpiece I searched for all my life. More than a model, you became my soul and wife. Every brush stroke was a kiss upon your skin, creating beauty from the chaos found within. But then the spring arrived with sickness in the wind, paying the wages for the time that we had sinned. The color started draining from your lovely face, leaving a pallid mask in its vacant place. I tried to mix the paint to match the healthy glow, but on the canvas only sickness started to show. You coughed and trembled as you sat there in the chair, holding a pose with a fragile dying flare. I painted life where there was only coming death, trying to save you with the rhythm of my breath. I lied and told you that you looked just like a queen, while you were fading from the center of the scene. The brush fell from my hand onto the wooden floor, the moment that the Reaper knocked upon the door. You closed your eyes and let out one final sigh, leaving the portrait with a single unfinished eye. I screamed your name and shook your body cold and still, but you were gone